A new documentary airing tomorrow night on PBS looks at the civil rights era through rare archival footage and the story of the murder of a local NAACP leader. It is a story that is now 55 years old and still remains unsolved, happening in Mississippi. And joining us to talk about this, Frontline presents American Reckoning, our documentary filmmakers, Brad Lichtenstein and Yoruba Rechin. Good morning to you both. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning.
Brad, I'm going to go ahead and start with you. What story does American Reckoning hope to bring to light?
Sure. Well, American Reckoning is a number of stories at the same time. It is the investigation into the murder that's unsolved of Willis Jackson Sr., which happened back in 1967. And once we started to look into that, we discovered a treasure trove of footage that was shot for a movie called Black Matches. All the outtakes, and the filmmaker Ed Pincus had returned in 1967 for the funeral and stayed. And all that footage revealed to us the story of an untold civil rights movement in Natchez, Mississippi, and the Black armed resistance group, the Deacons for Defense, who were protecting protesters and who were fighting back against the violence of the Klan.
So, Brad, when you got a hold of this footage that had really, I don't want to say been lost, but just kind of been hidden away for many, many years, what was your reaction, especially as a documentary filmmaker who works in this genre?
Absolutely amazed. Yoruba and I started watching the outtakes, and we were blown away by what we were seeing, especially if you can imagine you're making a film about a man who lived a long time ago, excuse me, and we're watching footage of a group of men who came together to form some kind of self-defense group and eventually would become the Deacons. And all of a sudden, Willis Jackson walks in the room in the footage. So we were just kind of blown away to see this and to see really a community coming together in the civil rights struggle. You know, we always hear about this just in terms of iconic figures like Martin Luther King, but the civil rights struggle was really just hundreds of different communities coming together to fight for justice. And this is one of those stories that rarely ever gets told. It wouldn't get told if that footage didn't exist.
Yoruba, tell us a little more about Willis Jackson. Oh, Yoruba is not there. I apologize for that. Well, then I'll ask you, Brad, one of the questions that I had planned on asking Yoruba, given that this case is now more than 50 years old, still unresolved, with this new footage, with the documentary coming to light tomorrow on PBS, do you perchance think that maybe there will be some sort of resolution?
I wish I could say that with the documentary coming out, there would be a resolution to this case. Unfortunately, the man who the FBI and the DOJ and most others point to as being responsible, Red Glover, who was the leader of the Silver Dollar Group, which was like a subset of the Klan, he's been dead for a long time. And sad to say, too, that the Emmett Till Act, which John Lewis authored, which opened up over 150 cases, did not result in indictments, precisely because these cold cases are very difficult to solve. So when we think about justice, I think we have to think about how do we prevent there being cold cases in the future, that 50 years from now, we don't want to be saying we have to have a documentary to tell a story of something that went unresolved way in the past. We need to be able to fight for change now and to fight for accountability now, so that the same thing doesn't happen again.
Yeah, so many lessons to be learned here, more than one here in more than one subject area. The documentary is American Reckoning, part of a Frontline series on PBS. It airs tomorrow, our local PBS station here at KLRU. Brad Lichtenstein, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on the work.
Thanks so much. I'm sorry Yoruba couldn't join us, but we're both very pleased that we were able to join you.
No, thank you again. We appreciate your time.